sort of threats that you guys have. And when I say threat, I obviously don't mean like someone's going to fly a bomber over here and blow it up, but just like I know when I was here during the town hall that you guys hosted for the commissioners, obviously budgeting is a threat to you guys, right? And so I want to make sure that any issues that you have, I can be a proper representative if elected to the county council. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not promising anything, right? Other than to try to best represent, you guys, okay? And the best way for me to do that is to get to know you guys individually, and then also try to show up to as many of these council as possible. So as many of these meetings as possible. Now, again, I don't promise to be at every single one, because oftentimes you guys have one going on at the same time Eaton has one going on, so it's hard to be at every single one, along with other events that are going on. But I still want to be able to be within a phone contact of you guys, so if there's something that's important to you going on at the county level, you can contact me, and then we can go from there. So with that, do you guys have any questions for me? And we could either do it here or whenever, so.
I don't have questions, but funding is always a concern, especially for us being so small.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a concern.
Yeah, and economic development's a focus for us, because that that comes hand in hand with funding. That expand our tax base so that we can do more things in town.
Right.
So that's a big focus for us, and we have the industrial park on the east end that we're trying to get developed. We're working, we're partnering with ECI to try to see if we can get something going there, in addition to the Dollar General.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you guys talking about that at the commissioners meeting. And then, did you guys end up getting funding for? I remember at the next commissioners meeting afterwards, they talked about the funding for your spreader.
Yes.
Did you guys end up getting that money? And
Yes.
You got the spreader.
Yes, we did.
I hope that's working out well for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
That's all I have for you. But again, after the meeting, I can give you guys my contact information, and we can talk more if you want, or more informally if you want. So, again, thank you for having me here.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming up.
Did either of you have anything? Okay, perfect.
A little bit about all these small towns. I mean, I go online and look and see, you have lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's impressive, really.
It really is. Like what you guys do. What you guys do here in Selma. I was out here for your Christmas event that you did here, and the way the community comes together here. Definitely one of your strengths that you guys here is like the community involvement, and the things that you guys are able to put together with resources that you have. It's pretty impressive. So,
The Christmas event was no budget from the town, and so that was all done from donations and fundraising.
yeah.
So that was kind of a nice event. We're looking to do an Easter egg hunt. We don't know when we're doing that, but we've got to get some dates on the calendar. We're possibly looking to do a strawberry festival, and we're going to discuss tonight, which they don't know, Bluebird Days, which
Yeah.
is going to be revamped.
I saw there were some issues last year with that.
Yeah, some major issues last year. So, unfortunately, I'm the one that it landed in my plate. So, we're revamping. I have some people that's not very pleased with me because we're looking to change the name of it, but we need to have it more community focused. Selma Bluebirds, knowing the younger generation, 45 and younger, maybe even 50 and younger, don't know what a Selma Bluebird was. And so we need to attract the younger people, so we need to have something more focused on the community itself. So we'll see how that comes back. But we've got that
first thing I have on here is 115 South Albany Street. So that's the $17,000 property, as it's, popularly
That's my
known.
nickname for it.
Yeah.
That's how I can remember it.
So I actually I initially thought we needed 2 appraisals to sell, and I'd asked Lucas Stadium is interested in the property. I asked him to attend tonight. He was not able to make it, so he's going to try to make it to the board meeting in February. But I emailed Danielle. She got back with me and said that since the property is worth $10K or less, we should be able to just publish a notice, notify the surrounding landowners, and then award to the highest bidder. So, should be able to get that moving here.
Did she state how long we needed to open up that bid process for or anything?
She didn't, but I don't think probably just a couple weeks. It's typically,
So your note on the agenda is wrong?
it is, because I found that out right before
Lee? Okay.
yeah.
I think one thing we need to bring up is Nathan offered to go down there and try to cut that tree and stuff up. And I know Dale went down there and helped him and stuff, but he broke his chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Has he been able to get it fixed?
No,
or?
but I think he knows what it is, so it's something minute.
Okay, well, I was just saying, maybe, we don't have the money to buy him a new one, but help him out somehow to get him his chainsaw back since he offered to go down there and do it for free.
So he's gonna let me know if anything, but I think he's fine on that.
Okay,
But then Bruce and I kind of talked a little bit about the cleanup, just kind of waiting to see what happens, because if somebody develops on that property too, we don't want to go, I'm not speaking for Bruce, but we don't want to go forever with the tree laying there, because it is a eyesore, but
right.
if they're gonna develop the property, there's gonna be more trees taken down to develop that property, so they're gonna have to clean it up. And that cedar tree is not good burning
No.
wood, so. Nathan was more or less trying to help get it cleaned up.
Well, especially since the sidewalks down through there are not the greatest, I think he was just trying to get it off the sidewalks.
But the tree definitely was bigger than I thought it was too. So,
Okay. So that's that. The next thing on here is the salt spreader in the truck. So we're currently getting the wiring done on the
Monday.
dump truck, correct?
Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Monday.
who's doing it again?
Right one. Only thing that, and I mean, I don't, Travis mentioned to me about trying to get the new truck wired, cause we're gonna have to, I guess, even for that smaller one.
So what I suggested, I spoke with Dale earlier this week about that. Where we potentially have we could potentially sell this property on Albany Street. So maybe we can wait until we sell that property and then use those funds towards, getting things ready for next winter.
Yeah, that's what we're shooting for. Next winter, hopefully there ain't no more winter.
Yeah, there's some more coming in, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, believe me, I'm the one that doesn't want it. I hate it.
No, it's your few between Libby and you
Oh, I hate it.
that does it.
I even shoveled a path to my grill this week.
Saw that.
Did we spray the new truck underskirting or anything?
Was that done? We voted on it, but was it?
Yeah, it was done.
And I had to send the credit card to get it paid.
Okay.
They wouldn't release it they wouldn't invoice me. I said, what's the point in having an account there if you won't bill me?
And who was that?
C-Mart. We've had problems with that before.
We have.
Didn't we have to, they had to tell us what the exact amount is? And we had to prove and we had to take in a check to them.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't remember that until
Well,
all that started again.
we voted to have the work done, and so they took it in and did it, and I argued with the manager, and he wouldn't budge, so it's on the credit card.
Okay. All right. Well, at least it was done.
Yeah.
else on the salt spreader and truck before I move on? Okay.
Well, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do we know why they're parking the truck over here at the police station?
Heat. That's what it's always been in the past.
Ours wasn't very,
Cause it's, I mean, it's not,
I'm not trying to be argumentative, but mine sets out 24/7, that's why I'm asking.
I mean, that's just what it always was, clear back to Greg Haney, I think. Was Greg my first MVH guy? I think that's
He was there a
right.
long time, yeah.
Yeah. So
he probably was.
they always in the wintertime park the truck over there so it wouldn't have any ice or snow on it when he needed to leave. You know, if it starts at whatever time in the morning, he
But
could
doesn't this garage have gas heat in it?
maybe. I don't know what's back there and what's not.
Has a heater.
I know that part of we didn't have those garages when I first started here. Once we got the garages, there wasn't supposedly room to park it there. The truck was too long, and only if they parked it diagonal in there would it fit. So outside of that, I mean, these are totally new people and totally new situation.
Well, I was asked the question, so that's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm not for
Is
sure.
it taken away from the police department? I mean, the
They were
spot?
going to park something in there the other day, and they couldn't, but anyway, I'm just asking the question.
Let's see what we can get done back here again.
Okay. So, still in the street department, want to talk about the spending limits for the town guys. I know we've had some concerns with some spending patterns. So, anyone want to talk about potentially lowering that to a certain dollar amount or eliminating the minimum threshold and making everything go through the
I mean,
liaison?
my opinion is, and this is, I'm only one opinion, if we as a board are requesting approval on spending, why shouldn't they be requesting approval on spending? Whether it's $500 or less, I don't think that they should be willy-nilly be able to go out and buy a shovel unless there's a need for the shovel. So I just have a little concern about them just being able to buy what they need or want. I shouldn't say need, but what they want.
I agree too, because, if they go out and spend $60 here, $80 here, that's mounting up the money, and we're struggling now. They have contact with Bruce all the time, he's their liaison. They can call and say, hey, we need this, Bruce can, just question, why do you need it? Do we not have this or that to work or whatever? And that will cut down the spending, and I don't think we should have a limit. I think we should they need to have it approved by the liaison. If they can't get a hold of Bruce, okay, then we'll nominate Brent, since he knows so much about the trucks and stuff, even though Brent's not here. But that way we can curtail them from going out and just spending.
What are your thoughts, Bruce?
Well, I do know they went out and got some straps yesterday. Am I correct, Jennifer?
Oh, I don't have a receipt for it yet, so I don't know.
We got it through TSC.
They have an account there.
Okay, so you won't know about it until you get the bill?
Well, they usually leave me the receipt, the actual receipt they get at the checkout cash register, so that I can match that to it when I get the bill. But they didn't leave me one today, so I don't know.
I guess they said, he was told he went to get something, so they didn't get stuck, which I understand. If you get in some high stuff, so you might need a little tug, but I wasn't notified of it. And I told them that.
Mm-hmm.
So, looks like we're gonna have, that's why I'm trying to get as much from you guys what you want me to do.
I will tell you, there was discussion today, because I had to call them both in for timesheets. And there was a discussion about the salt and it being close to his limit. And I just looked at him and I said, you know, you still have a budget to stay within. Just because you have this limit to spend doesn't mean you have an unlimited budget. So, you know, and he was like, well, it was needed, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care. You still have a budget, and you guys have spent a lot of money already in January. So,
Yeah.
And,
So-
you know, it could be, I mean, if it was a salt item or something like that, and we go past our budget, I mean, it could be that we can talk with the county and say, hey, can you run a truck through with sand or whatever, I mean, it's worth asking, because we are going to be limited on funds and stuff,
Yes.
so that's why the
They,
concern is
they
there.
went through that much salt? As far as,
I don't know how much salt they went through.
okay.
He was just talking about the pallet of salt that you guys bought
They had to
being
because,
a
yeah.
little bit over $500. And he was telling me about it, and I'm like, okay, but you still have a budget.
Yeah.
And he has no clue what that budget is. So even though you have this limit that you can spend, doesn't mean you can just spend it every day or every week, because
Right.
you still have a budget to stay within. I think he finally understood after I got done, but I don't know.
Because, I mean, that's the same thing with the pole brackets. I paid for them personally because
Right.
I knew that we might not have the money for those. And
Right.
that's when I came and discussed with you,
Right,
hey, do we have money from somewhere that we can move for these?
Right.
Because it was a needed item,
right,
but it wasn't like just, hey, I'm gonna buy these because of that. Then the board voted that we could pay for them.
right.
So our actions should, I guess their actions should follow our actions.
Exactly,
Um,
yeah.
And they need to be responsible, and I don't think they should just be able to go out and buy.
Right.
So do we want to make it to where they, anytime they go to purchase something, they have to call the liaison?
Well, you can't vote on that in here.
I know,
We know
but,
that, but we can come
Okay.
to
but
an
we can,
agreement.
yeah,
Yeah, that's where everybody's
right.
wanting
Yeah,
to go.
we'll have to do that in the February meeting.
Correct,
Mhm.
yes.
Like I said, if there was something emergent, that they're on the side of a road, I need a tire repaired or something like
Right,
that, that's
yes.
common sense stuff.
Right.
But, you know, you're still gonna reach out to somebody that's on the
And
board.
say,
but-
hey, yeah,
But if you're on the side of the road, you need to get it fixed
Yeah.
or something, but.
And, you know, I don't know much about the trucks or anything like that, but with having the blade on the front, the salt spreader in the back, there's no way those straps are gonna pull that out of there. They're gonna have to have heavier equipment to really pull that truck if they get down in the ditch. So, you know, those little straps, you know, I don't care how heavy they are, they're not gonna pull a dump, or plow truck out.
I guess the county was stuck this week too somewhere.
Wanted to have, I called Tim Gibson today. They said he was having problems, and nobody had hit that alley behind the, Lions Club. So I had him to hit it. He couldn't get down it. So Tim took the Bobcat over there and cleared out that alley back there. And then he cleared some spots for your parking too, back here too.
and I want you guys to know, Tim's helped these guys quite a few times, the last few weeks.
Okay.
That tree, I guess it fell in the road, he brought the Bobcat down and helped him get it out of the road, and, yeah, and
Okay.
he did leave
Well, I think
today to
that's
do
why we
that.
need to have a good relationship, I mean, we love to borrow
Absolutely.
the dump truck and all that.
Yeah.
It should be a give and take, and
Absolutely.
Well,
Um,
he's helped out a lot.
So I'll
But
go,
that's another issue that we're gonna have to address sometime is down the line, are we gonna be able to, that tractor just will not get enough traction. And will not hold itself, its own weight to do that, even when they're gonna get the salt back here. They're having issues with trying to use it to pick it up because they went and got a couple loads down from the county and dumped it back here and then tarped it.
so you're thinking a Bobcat or something?
Well, just saying down the road, you're gonna have to, cause some of these intersections need to be, some of that snow needs to leave the intersections.
I didn't understand why, I don't plow snow, but like, couldn't we have put more on the Ball Diamond parking lot and cleared like Jackson and Pittenger a little better, maybe? No?
Probably.
I'm looking at you because I know you do it too.
Or wherever we can find a spot.
Also, do they have like a plow class we could send them to? Brent and I talked about that the other day.
Oh, that's a thing?
I'm sure they got something.
The highway department has training every year. I don't know that that's the training we want, but
Could be.
yeah.
They can go down there and listen to that guy talk, yeah.
I know, that's what I mean. I would like
An
more
actual
in-depth
training, you would probably have to
training.
go. I don't even, we'd have to check with Purdue. Cause they have some of them classes stuff up there.
Okay.
So, that'd be the only way, but yeah, they do come down there in December. That guy's a heck of a good speaker, he's good. But after you've heard it so many times,
Every year,
but until you get out and do it,
yeah. Well, and our guys aren't in your massive trucks, so,
right,
you know, I don't know that they need that level of training, but just like a normal, I don't know how to do it, but I know there's stuff about when the blade's forward and then when it swivels and all kinds of other stuff, so.
Well, you have to push your snow the furthest first and not leave it in a pile at the edge of the street and then try to shove it all back when
Yes.
you decided that you ran out of room, so.
Okay. Well, we
But
can,
we haven't had that much snow, and so this is.
A long time.
This is rare.
Yeah.
It used to be when we were younger, we had snow like this all the time.
Right,
And we may not have another snow like this for 3 or 4 years,
exactly.
so.
yeah, and we can talk about this, you know, it's, we're not gonna get the training done now, so we can talk about it later.
And it could be if we have a large snow, we might have to contract out to somebody
It'd be good to have a backup.
to remove snow in the intersections or something.
Yeah.
Because the skid steers are not cheap.
So I have on here, I'm gonna ask Danielle to update that, ordinance in preparation for our meeting on, in February. And then the credit card tracking, I also put this on here, cause I know we talked about maybe potentially a sign out sheet for these credit cards. I know they currently have store cards. And at my work, one of the first things I did when I started there was closed all of our store accounts and we use one card for everything. It's easier to track, it's easier to manage. I don't know if we wanna do that here, it's a totally different, you know, reality here versus there, but
Would that be easier for you?
I don't have a problem with the way they do things now. I don't have any issues. They usually always leave me the receipt before I get the bill. They write on the top of it a little brief, it'll say straps. When I get the receipt, it'll say straps and then I'll have whichever one bought its signature. So I know who did it and how much. The gas cards are like, we have lots of gas cards and they give us a discount on the gas. I don't know how exactly that works, but I know you don't wanna try and do that because like, I think each vehicle has one. So the police have two,
gotcha.
NVH has two,
So do we know who the gas cards are through?
Wex Bank, they're Marathon.
So my question, because I know that Cody had mentioned that his name was on the card. And so for
Not on the Wex,
well, on the credit card.
yeah.
So from my history of working for First Merchants, I know that they went, I think they're through Elevon or Elon now. I think that's who you guys are still through is Elon.
So, let me preface before you go too far in this. I'm the only one that has an actual credit card, and it is in my name, and they ran my credit before they gave it to me. Yes. The boys' cards, I think, are store account cards. I don't think they're credit cards that you can use somewhere else.
So we need to, one, find that out.
Yes.
Two, we need to look, because I think it's ridiculous that this is tied to your credit, and there is a way for it not to be. So that you provide
Yeah.
financials through the town, and those financials through the town then support that. But going one step further, if we have gas cards and all that, there's purchasing cards through Elon as well. Then you get rebates back, and you use that for all your spend. And it's state board of account acceptable, so you can pay all your utility bills, everything. And they'll run a query that says, hey, these people will accept a purchasing card. So we need to look at that avenue. One, it takes it off your personal credit, so it takes the responsibility from you totally, so to speak, that you're the clerk,
Right.
so it's still come back on you.
Yeah.
But on them, we can then put SIC codes on there. And what that is, we can limit where those cards could be spent. So if they're going, let's say the casino, we could put that SIC code on there that they can't go to the casino. And I don't
Right.
think any of our people will.
Right.
But it gives us more safeguards as a board
Right.
to put those things in place. And I think that we need to make sure we're protecting ourselves as well. But also going down the avenue that if we can get a rebate back from a purchasing card, that money back, we should be looking at that and trying to pay everything we can with that purchasing card.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what I was referring to too, is the P card. And we block MCC codes too, so that they can't purchase certain things also.
Yeah, SIC code, MCC code, basically. the same.
Oh, it is, okay, okay. So yeah,
Okay.
might be something worth looking into.
Okay. Let's,
And that way, because
Do
I know,
that in
my point to that was, we had asked for the cards to be stored here and not carried.
yeah.
And so, and I can understand if it's on his credit, I can understand what his concern is. Because
Absolutely.
anybody would have access to it. So we need to find that out and then hold them to that.
I do not recall them doing any kind of credit check. I'm not gonna say they didn't. The way I understood it was they were store account cards.
But with the same token, we
Right.
could do the gas cards the same way with the purchasing cards and get the rebate back as well. So then you have police and
Yeah.
all the other town vehicles as well.
I'm pretty sure that's kinda like the rebate and the discount. It just it's already filled out. I'll let you see one of those bills. But yeah.
Okay.
Can we move back to the street department spending? What did we decide we're gonna do to update the ordinance?
Make all purchases need approved.
Okay.
Bruce is gonna get the bullwhip out. If you want one, I've got one.
I got a bill.
And one
There you
thing
go.
further I'm gonna say is, cause Bruce and I have been talking, I am preparing
Chili cook-off?
Does sound good.
Sorry.
inventory sheet for
That was
them.
one question here.
Yeah, an inventory sheet, and I'm gonna have Bruce look at it, see if I need to add anything or whatever. It'll be prepared, put together. And then that way, once we put it together and enter everything, we can transfer it and send it to Jennifer, and she can have it on file here at the computer. Then we'll know. Plus then, while they're doing that, they can also label all of the tools and everything, so nothing is being, happen to walk off
So
somewhere.
did you get the sheet from her, from the tools that we purchased that we never got the inventory for?
No, I haven't yet. I just, since I've been snowed in, this is what I've kind of been doing to help Bruce. And so I told him I would try to get one to him to look at before we had our February meeting, so we could see, and he said then he would get the guys on it right away to get the inventory done.
Because to be fair, we keep talking about that, the fire department, because they're still haven't received what they were promised from us. So
Well, and that's the thing, what did Randy Reed not receive? I don't know that we've ever,
he did say, but I'll have to ask him
okay,
again. That's been so long ago, but
yeah.
That was tornado year.
yeah. And so we've been talking about it, so we need to get that done.
Is that it with the street department, credit cards, that stuff? Okay, moving on. So industrial park development, Bill was here, in the January meeting, asking what, our focus would be. When I met with him, I talked about, we're open to really anything, but would love to see a grocery store, a gas station, potentially homes, I guess what do we want to prioritize and what do we want to communicate to him is what we want him to focus on, I guess. Gas station being number one, grocery store. Thoughts?
You know, I would love to have a grocery store, but I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get a grocery store out here, but somebody's missing out on a gold mine because there's nothing from east of Walnut Street except for the South Walmart. There is nothing clear across the county. There is nothing east of Walnut Street grocery store. It's a
Yeah.
food desert. The Pavies, or I've been going into the Harvest Market in Alexandria, seeing how I'm over there every now and day now, unfortunately. But Harvest Market, they're great as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, if we had something, a smaller store like that, it would be a gold mine for those people that owned it. But I think what they had suggested with the, like the condos, townhouses with retail under would be awesome too, but I don't know if that would come to pass, but that would be awesome.
Right. Yeah.
You want a fresh dime?
Oh, I'd love a fresh eye, but that's never gonna
You
happen.
probably want a Buc-ee's too, don't you?
I would, yeah, well, that'd be all right.
Buc-ee's gives me anxiety.
It is kind of, yeah.
I walk in and all
There's
those
too many
are
people.
going.
Yep.
Oh, it's very crowded.
I say I'll be in the car.
I know I don't get a vote, but my pipe dream would be like the community center.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Brucey was, when we were trying to look into doing that, where it would be a town hall, town police, fire department, and a senior citizen area.
And Bill was going to look into that to see if what we could do there.
I would love that.
And
But
if we-
again, that's a pipe dream because that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but if we could get the township thing to come to pass,
That's on the agenda.
yeah,
We're going to get there.
so that all kind of hinges together.
Yeah. A few things have to come together for that. Yeah. So I have grocery store and gas station and community center. Um,
Downtown's retail, because we'd have tax dollars there.
mhm.
I think we need to focus tax dollars too. Because we need them.
Yeah, but I mean, with the homes, I mean that would still be increase in assessed value, so we'd capture all of that.
I think as a community whole, if we had a mixture, we're gonna have a lot better support, not negativity. If we could have some homes, townhomes, condos,
Mhm.
and retail mixed together.
Well, I'll say that all of the people that were complaining and making the negative Nelly comments about our Dollar General, I don't get any of those comments anymore. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
They love how close it is, how clean it is, and it's the only one they go to now. I mean, that's what I hear now.
Mhm.
So
It's convenience, that's
And-
what everybody
Yeah.
wants.
I'm on that. I love it, which I wanted it to begin with, but I also love it.
But I wish we had some fruits and vegetables in there.
Me too, like Parker
I
has.
don't know if we could
Yeah.
contact them as a town and try to request that, because
Yeah.
that would be so great.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Melanie's the manager there.
She is amazing.
Yeah, she's good.
It makes all the
I hope
difference.
they keep her.
That makes all the difference if you have a good manager.
I won't stop at the one down here on 32, because
No.
first of all, they're hateful and nasty there.
And it's just nasty in general.
Yes.
Floor is dirty. It is.
I know.
So, okay. Focus would be grocery store, gas station, community center, and townhouses/retail. Anything else that you want me to mention to him?
Now, somebody did mention the strip. No, I'm just kidding. Just-
Hey.
I can't go without one meeting without joking, so.
It's okay.
All right, so I'll run those by him on what we kind of want to focus on there. So next would be the Norfolk Southern grant. So I had a meeting with with ECI, had someone reach out. One of the interns through ECI reached out with a grant opportunity through Norfolk Southern. So I met with them this morning. So the grant covers up to 50,000 for any type of community enhancement. Um, for example, Delville got new bathrooms in their park with this grant. Um, but they're recommending that we apply for something around the $25,000 to $30,000 range or less in order to get approved. So I wanted to get our thoughts on what we want to pursue with this grant. And
So what all does community enhancement?
anything that betters the community. I mean, we could even, try to, if we need to get another salt spreader, try to, maybe
What about-
throw that in there. There's a million things we could.
I was gonna say bleachers, if we're gonna try and do some concerts on the ball fields, that would be a good thing for the community, but I don't know, would those be considered ours, and where would we store them if they're ours?
Yeah.
But just something to think about.
Well, the reason I'm asking about community enhancement, I mean, learning more over here for the police department, they have 2 old radios that are gonna need to be replaced, at some period of time coming soon, and those are like 5,000 apiece. So, we can look for additional grants as well, but
That could be something.
I don't know how in-depth the community enhancement grant.
I would imagine that would be included.
Because I know they had done something, the police department had done something.
They got a radio grant.
Through one of the railroads.
Was it through the railroad?
I'm almost positive, but
I just know I had to open a fund just for their radio, police radio fund.
Okay.
It's on our fund report. We don't have any money in it now because they spent it. We got it, we spent it, but
So they wouldn't want to pursue that first net?
I'm not sure exactly how that would work totally,
Okay.
so.
All right.
But there is a possibility of looking at, and I'd have to find out which app it is for the phones, where the phones could have the radio put on it. And I know through FirstNet, they have that option, but it's not totally exactly what they need, but there is an option about the radios being able to connect with the phones. So I'll find out more about that as well.
Okay. So I have radios. Anything else that, is something and it doesn't have to be an answer today. I guess, if we don't have anything else, just think about it and see if there's anything that comes to mind where we might want to pursue something to better the community. I mean, 30,000 is a lot of money, so we could do a lot with that.
And along with that, we're definitely gonna have to be looking at the police car scenario now that the one car is no longer town of Selma and sits at the school without being used, so.
I thought Dave had that on his plan for this year.
Now it's on the plans, but we need to make sure that it comes to pass.
Okay.
Because like, the truck was in the shop yesterday, and I don't know if it came back today because the underspurting, and oil change. And then someone else needed the car, which it was already out, so we only have 2. So it is a need.
Okay, so radios and police car. If you all have anything else that comes to mind, let me know. And if I think of anything, I'll let you all know too.
What's the timeline on that?
So the grant doesn't open up till April, so we have some time, and the deadline's not till September.
Well,
just
you
something to
don't
think
know
about.
what might be happening down there at the ball diamonds too. You don't know what's gonna need anything to do with it.
No, ball diamonds is not on the agenda, but it
Can
can
we
be.
ask that question, because I'm confused, and it's not a negative or a positive, but I know we were sending the letter out.
Mhm.
Is that, hey, breach of contract letter, we're not renewing?
No.
Or what,
It was the letter stated that we're notifying them of their breach of contract, and they needed to correct those issues. So that's how it didn't say anything other than that.
Has Danielle heard anything?
I haven't heard anything from her about it.
Now, who is the ball diamond liaison now?
Brett.
And I will tell you, he has not said to me he heard anything.
this is a question, should we not, I mean, even if they're not reaching out to us, should we
You
be
reach
reaching
out
out
to
to
them.
them? Because we need to find out what's going on, because if we need to come up with plan B and C, we can do that, but
Well, I had, a gal call me because she thought I was still the liaison. I was not. You know, I told her I was not. And I was going to call Brent and have him call her back, but then he got hurt, and it's not life or death for this. She's a single mom of 2 kids. They like playing out here. Both of her kids, girl and boy, were on the All-Stars the last couple years. She tries to put money back here and there when she has extra money, so she can pay for this. I guess there was something on Facebook from the Longhorns Facebook page that said, be on the lookout, starting January 16th, you can sign up for the All-Stars, this is how much, blah, blah, blah. She watched it, nothing on the 16th, nothing on the 17th, nothing on the 18th. And so then she called somebody, one of the other people that are involved, and they said they didn't know, they thought it was supposed to be on the 16th, but they weren't for sure. And then she said by that time, she had a bill come up, so she had to use that money to pay that bill. So, and then all of a sudden, then the pop-up shows up. And she was very frustrated. And she said if this keeps up, she's just taking her kids to Delta. And I think we're gonna see more and more because they've upset so many people. And we already saw the numbers on the Fall League, how down they were.
Yeah.
that's why I wanted a definition, because I wasn't completely, what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't really sure what we were doing with that letter, whether it was, hey, you're done, or
That's the way it was drafted, so. If we want to pursue other action,
Well,
we can make it.
technically, I don't agree with that. I mean, he voided his contract when he, 1, didn't show up for several meetings.
Mhm.
2, the way the place looks. 3, didn't clean it up after the season. You know, I can go on and on, but, you know, okay, she's sending the letter, we're going to let him go through another year and do this? I don't agree.
So you had the opportunity to review the letter and give that comment, though?
And I told her about it.
And that nothing so I'm not aware that that occurred.
The comment that I just talked about?
Yes.
That just happened a few days ago.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that just happened. And I just texted the lady back because I got her number and said, the liaison over the Ball Diamonds got hurt at work. He's been in the hospital a couple days, you know. And then she asked when the meetings were. And I told her, so she may show up at one of the meetings.
No, I was talking about your issue with the letter.
Oh, I told Danielle I thought that we did not have to renew his contract.
Mhm.
And then when she said at the,
So it's a 3-year contract.
no, it's a 2-year contract
So you-
tract with the option to
Okay.
go the 3rd year.
Okay, but still, this would be the second year.
Yeah, the 2nd year.
So we would have to have terminated it,
Right, and that's,
not renew.
right. And I thought that's what we all agreed, and I thought that's what we communicated to her.
well, I know that she came back with, the one statement about the notice of going in. So
Yes,
that's the
but
only concern that I
we
would
were
have.
okay on that because the defibrillator was down there, and had it stayed in there during all this cold weather, you know, it would have been toast. But Randy was nice enough to be able to get us one where we didn't have to pay for anything.
Right,
But
what-
that was Tyler's responsibility to get with Randy.
But what I'm saying is, you and I both coming from the HR world, you know, where I'm kind of where I'm going on that. We just need to make sure that if we would come to that point of determination, that we've given that proper timeline notice. So,
Well, the way I look at it, I was supposed to be on the board.
well, I understand.
We understand all your
Yeah.
concerns.
I'm not
Yeah,
disputing
yeah.
any
Yeah.
of that. I'm just wanting to make sure that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think Bruce said, we own the building.
We've already,
Yeah.
we've
Oh, I'm
hashed
not
this out
worried
a million
about, I'm not
times,
worried
yeah.
about going in, cause I took Randy in to get that defibrillator, and Randy was the one that said,
No, I just want to. I think this is an area where we could improve with the communication. I think if we have issues with something, we need to express it and we need to be clear about it.
And I thought I did, so.
I'm not aware of that. So that
Well,
could be on me too.
Danielle asked me about all that stuff, and I went through every line item
Mm-hmm.
on the agreement and sent it back to her.
Yeah, no, and that's all included in the letter.
So I guess my question is, do we want Paul to, I know we can't vote on anything, do we want to come to agreements that we reach out to see if we're going to have a ball season this year? Because we're at that point where something needs to happen if we're going to have
There was a
ball season.
communication sent out, correct, about the ball season for this year. Am I mistaken about that?
There was something about the,
The Longhorns.
no,
All-Stars.
All-Stars, but there has not been anything said about the season.
Okay. So yeah, we need to reach out to them.
And I gotta get that background cleaned out, but,
What's still back there?
oh, tents, Santa Clauses, Christmas trees.
So,
Are the heaters in there? Did we put the heaters in there?
No,
okay.
they're all in my house.
it says, I just went to their Facebook page, and it says All Stars registration will be open until February 1st. But that's just All Stars.
You
And
might
then-
let her know then.
I will.
The next post is fall ball,
Okay.
so.
But next year, we could take one of the diamonds and turn it into an amphitheater.
I love that idea, but whoever I said that to did not like it.
It was probably said to me.
It
'cause I will,
probably was you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. But.
I think that it's great. We don't need 3 ball diamonds.
Only takes majority.
That's right.
Unfortunately, I don't get to vote, but I do live with one of the members.
Oh, I think
That
it's a
too.
great idea, you know.
All right, next
Change
topic.
your mind, Jensen.
Next topic. So I did put on here the Liberty Township merger. I know we've talked about this a couple times, but definitely seems like it could be an opportunity, especially with our conversation with Baker Tilly, where the state's going to start encouraging towns and townships to merge together for efficiencies. Also.
Well, the whole tax bracket thing made me feel a lot better on that.
If we can do a urban or rural rate,
Yes.
yes.
Because that's where we would get the 110% negative. So we can do the borders of basically the existing town, and then the township could be at a different tax rate, which would be pleasing to everyone.
Just, they've tried this before though, right?
Hey,
It might be different than the way they did it before, but it didn't happen.
sure.
Yeah, but with
Different
the state,
times.
with the state pushing it.
Yeah.
it's gonna
It
be,
was the state.
um,
The state was
yeah.
trying to get rid of all township trustees.
But we'll try again, and I think there's a lot of benefits that can be gained from doing that, and we need to grow our tax base. That's the bottom line. So we'll continue to move forward with that, but I think next steps would be, I drafted a letter to send to Mr. Dudley. I think we need to. I'll send that to everyone so that you can all see it. But I think that's the next step is we need to communicate with him to see to gauge his interest, and probably also need to do a little research. I don't know if we have someone from Yorktown we can reach out to on how they made that work for them.
Vicky Gasway's husband, she said that we could reach out. She's the one that came out and spoke about the,
Windmills,
and the,
solar.
thank you, because the words are not coming.
The.
Yes, thank you. But her husband is on the board out there, Yorktown. and
Okay.
He's a wealth of knowledge.
Okay.
I can't even think of the word solar, much less his name right now. Other than Mr. Gasaway.
All right. Would you be able to reach out to him? Do you know him? Okay. anything else on the township merger? Okay. Partnering again with the Ball State Entrepreneurship Program. So kind of change it up this time. So last year we looked at economic development and how we can encourage businesses to invest in town. And part of that was, that there was a lot of talk about, doing more community events. So I know, Dale, you're working on, and Cindy, you're working on doing the Easter egg hunt and then the Strawberry Festival. So what I ended up having the Ball State Entrepreneurship problem being was, in what ways can we use community events to increase engagement, attract new residents, and support local economic growth? So we'll be having some students assigned to us here in the next few weeks, and we'll be working with them on what we can do within the town to for more community events, and hopefully figure out how we can manage them all too. So, any thoughts on that? Okay. Easter egg hunt.
We need to find a date
Yeah, find a date and start filling
and
it.
some energy sources.
Well, I put, how are we going to fill all these eggs? Because that's a lot of eggs.
We're gonna have to have help.
Yeah.
I mean, we need
I
volunteers.
highly recommend buying the ones that are already filled.
Those are more expensive.
I know.
Plus, I already have 6,000 some in my house.
Oh my
I have some
God.
1,000 myself.
Or you want some with yolks, or you want something with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we might want to throw some, Bruce.
Yeah. Maybe at you. So we have, what, 7,000 eggs?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many you have.
I thought it was like 3, but I could be wrong.
So we've got about almost 9.
We went on the Easter egg buying spree.
Okay. Yep.
All at 50 and 75% off.
That was before I bought a franchise. Now I'm scraping pennies.
All right. Well, that'll be fun.
Not before we do this.
What?
The Easter egg hunt,
What about?
as far as scraping pennies.
Oh,
Have you guys seen that the bikes are really cheap right now at Walmart? Every time I walk by them, I think about telling one of
Did
you
you
guys.
say bike?
A bicycle?
For the grand prize.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know we were going. All right.
I didn't know if you were
That's
gonna
why I was
do.
looking at her like,
Well, I have a gentleman that has offered to buy a bicycle for the grand prize for one age group.
That's what I was gonna say. They usually do age group. But they were, like the other day, they had one in there, it was probably about, I would say, 5, 6-ish age group, and it was like $42.
I don't know.
Yeah, so, I mean,
We'll go shopping.
I'll check with Dennis too, but he's very emphatic about buying one and donating.
Cool.
you can get them a really good.
Guess we still have some funds left from,
Yeah, but we don't want to spend all those.
I know, but if we're gonna do this event, we gotta
Mm-hmm.
put money into it if we can't get any more sponsorships. But we might be able to get some people to donate things to give away for that.
Yeah.
We got our thank you card from Christmas and Selma also in the mail.
Those nice people.
I know, they're so nice.
So
those
thoughtful.
people. Totally.
My secretary does a great job.
She does. You should pay her more money.
I'm gonna take her out to Pizza King or the Port of Yards or whatever.
There you go.
Probably there.
By the way, you didn't get one because I didn't have your address.
See how thankless this job really is.
Thank you.
But Tabitha Wise did design these for me.
Those are really nice.
Thank you.
Oh, and thank you for my shirts.
Oh, you're welcome.
A day ain't a dollar short.
A little bit.
Oh, you got your Christmas 2025 shirt?
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Better late than never.
You still wear that.
You can pass that around.
That's not my signature though.
Easter egg hunt, more to come on that. Sounds like.
Yeah, we're gonna find out when the other Easter egg hunt is at Harris Chapel, where we're not infringing on their date.
Okay. All right. So I also put on here the Strawberry Festival. First off, what is the Strawberry Festival? No.
Basically, this is a day for people to come and you have food trucks. Hopefully, have some music of some sort. But then you have booths that have strawberry shortcakes, shakes, everything strawberry.
Okay. Cool.
Something
Who
that
told
we're
me?
not doing a lot for.
Okay.
But I
Somebody-
think we as a board should do either a strawberry shortcake booth or something, just to
Something
be the
strawberry.
center of it, and thank everybody for coming out and supporting the town.
I'll
Somebody
make the
told
strawberry margaritas.
Me last year, they went to a strawberry festival and there was no strawberries.
Well, see, and that's dumb.
Just strawberries. No one had just strawberries. It was like strawberry ice cream and like strawberry
Some of the
flavored
call
things,
Landis
no
Farms, because
strawberries.
they're over there in Henry County, and I reached out to her once, then she was in the middle of something, so I'm gonna reach out, back out
I
to
got
her.
good strawberries.
And if anybody else knows any strawberry growers that's large scale, that's what we need.
When are you thinking? Like time?
Well, typical strawberries come in
Spring,
like first of
aren't they?
June,
Okay. Summer.
So you're thinking June?
probably.
Okay. June-ish.
Or if we could get a grocery store as a sponsor with
So many
strawberries
flats.
or whatever.
Driscoll.
Or the, yeah,
Driscoll's.
they are good.
Too bad Huddleston's still not here.
I know, right?
Too bad Huddleston's still not
Jensen's
here.
too young for that one.
He's the youngest one.
Yeah. It was
No
a
idea.
fruit market that we had.
Here?
It's over on Broadway.
It is fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Strawberry Festival June-ish is what I've got.
June-ish.
Um,
Great date.
so Bruce, I know I put speed limits on here. I know you had some issues with the speed limits in town. You'd mentioned the speed limits along in front of the Ball Diamonds were supposed to be.
Well, they are 20, some of them's not up, but you've got other areas where I was told it was 30 mile an hour and it shows 20. So, I mean, I'm just trying to, I think that somewhere along the line, we can do so much a year and just kind of rechange some of these, make them where it's posted so then people,
So just adjust them.
I need her to get, I still say that's 20 mile an hour, the one up there by where old Brian Hazelbaker used to live, where the Childers live, going up to the Dollar General. But, I can't prove it now because the sign posted it is gone.
Okay. So we need speed limit signs.
Well,
Well, you need to make a map or something. And isn't she working on an ordinance to possibly change that area to the speed you want?
well, it's the speed, some of them, I don't know why we don't have 20 mile an hour just like Muncie Street. Why is it just right there at the ballpark? You
Because
got,
that's where
you go,
your
you go
kids
down
are.
one block, and then you go down another block, you shouldn't be 20, you shouldn't be 30 mile an hour at all.
I
There's no
thought-
way you can go 30 mile an
I
hour.
thought in the meeting she said all around the Ball Diamond was 20.
20, but then if you go straight going east, like towards the school, when you leave South Street, it's supposed to go then back to 30. Why have a 30?
Because then you're gonna go back into the school zone that's down there past Old Huffman's.
I'm talking about Muncie Street.
Why?
I just,
Let's see. What, but is it Jackson 30?
Yeah. I'm talking about you got all them. Okay, you gotta stop, okay, South Street, so that's where it ends. And then you go up to Union, then it goes 30 mph. And then you go up to Albany, 30 mph. And it's 30 mph, then you get the speed limit sign for the, school zone saying 20 mph. Why ain't it 20 mph all the way down through there? That just don't make no sense.
It don't matter what mile an hour it is. They
Well,
go
that's
whatever
true
speed
too,
they want.
but
Yep.
And most of the time it's 50. I think it's a race to see how fast they can go from the stop sign at the Pizza King to Jackson, 32, whatever. I
oh,
mean,
it is.
Still live out there.
I know,
Oh,
same
yeah,
thing.
your road.
It's still a nightmare,
It is.
but they're stopping them, so.
Well, good. At least they're slowing down for the stop sign.
Okay, but do we need to get speed limit signs?
We might have to get
Yeah,
a few. I need the road markers. Now, did you get that, did they, when Shonda brought that down, didn't she have a paper with it?
Yeah,
Okay,
whether it's in my backpack or not, I
I
don't know.
got some road markers. I mean, they don't have to be bought right now because
It is not mine.
there's gonna be other things.
when you say road markers, help me.
South Street,
The white,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
the,
I see what you're saying.
We got road markers down in a lot of areas in town. And that helps the fire department, that helps any emergency. Nowhere, and of course it helps people that are trying to get around. And then you got if you want me to talk about those street lights,
yeah,
The only comment I'm gonna have on speed limit signs, if it's not posted, then.
it's 30 mph.
Yeah, but people will try to use that, well, it's not posted, I didn't know.
That's why I asked Dave, I said, now, so what happens when you don't, there's not a sign right here? What do you do? Well, then I gotta go 30 mph. I don't know if I'd be having 30 mph in some of these places.
I agree.
Just trying to, safety issue, but,
Yeah.
now he was supposed to send that from AEP.
I never got nothing. Well, I'll take that back. I haven't been in my email today. So if they sent it today, but you called me Tuesday, didn't you?
It was last week when I called you about that.
Oh,
He was
okay.
supposed to send that, I need to get that blown back up. Well, I can pull it up, but here's what we can do. You can do we'll have to put in a new pole at 32, and you could have a light on there. It'll be, I believe that one's gonna be about 22 because of the pole. I sound like, I don't know how I'm sounding, but it don't sound, a pole. And, then we was gonna put one down there, we already have a pole at the Jackson, quote, Jackson Street, where we have a pole. We'll have a light put up there. That would be $7 a month.
I just sent you an email from Aaron, somebody.
Yeah, it's Aaron.
I got something. Sorry.
Well, go ahead.
I don't want it. Excuse me for a second.
It might have been, but, or we can go down to by the Dollar General, right there before you get to the, to go into the entrance. There's a pole, and then we can try to put one of those lights, like what we got here a little bit, and have them flash it down, or then it would go straight to 32 and down that road.
I think that makes more sense. Cause it is really dark right there when you curve.
it's extremely dark.
Yeah. And you've already got the one it's anything like what I have in my yard on my pole, it'll light it up.
Well, that's the one he got me out here because it, I have a light when you exit the door, above the door, but it don't work. And I don't think we could get it fixed, could we? It seems like we tried to fix it and we couldn't figure it out why it wouldn't
Well,
work
if we need
anymore.
to do something differently to it, we can do it.
Have him,
That light you gave me is awesome.
yeah, have him look up cause it's on my bill. It's like $18 a month is what it costs me, but it lights up the area where the superintendent's lot is, lights up my yard, the backyard.
Yeah, that's the same one we got through AEP.
And it does a great job. And you can see because until we had the tornado, the one right there at the T at Jackson and 650, it was less bright light. But then when they were putting new lights up, I happened to be home and I went out and talked to the guy. And he put one in that it's really bright now, and you can see where 650 is, and yeah.
So the ones with the pole already there is what, $7 a month?
If you
So
use the
it's
regular light.
Right. for
Now,
the-
if we go and we got a pole and we use like that light right there, then it would, 17 or 18. Now, if we want the same similar light like a regular street light, that's $7 a month, but they'll add it to the price of putting in a new pole. We'll have to put in a new pole. And we've gotta pay for that pole and light forever. Well, they can shut it off, but we still have to pay for the pole. Cause I asked him, I said, so we always have to, is there like a certain amount of years you go and it pays for itself? Nope. You just,
What do you mean pay for the pole?
because they're gonna insert a new pole in the ground.
Okay.
So we're paying for that pole. We're not
Why
just,
is that not a one-time fee? And then the electricity that the light uses? That
it's
makes
not.
no sense to me.
I say use the existing poles.
I mean,
Cause you can
That's-
actually, that light that I have, you can actually see it when you pass 700 if you're heading east, or heading west, you can see it from the highway. On my property,
alright,
so.
that's just something to think about whenever you guys decide for the meeting. I'll do whatever you want.
Okay. Next thing I have on here is town entry signs. Do you know where that's at?
No, I need to follow up because they had requested a design and I have not heard back yet, so I will follow up.
Can we expect an answer by the board meeting in February?
I hope so.
Okay.
How's the pizza business?
We'll talk later.
Is it slow? Yeah, well, I can understand.
So, also put on here Christmas lights. I know part of that appropriation was for some lights, or do we wanna?
We're just waiting to order them. We have the money set aside, so.
Yeah, okay.
Because we're changing we had a proposal and it's for about 9,000 something. So, but they put that together quickly because of the appropriation, so we're gonna get to choose different ones for the same dollar value.
Okay.
So,
And as far as the lights on the poles,
What? Oh, you mean getting them down?
Yeah,
we can,
I think we need to wait till the weather is a little.
well, we're gonna have to have room to be able to get
And
something in there to where they can get it down.
my
'cause
question is, what happened to the fire department helping out?
well, they don't really have, they were standing on the back of a fire truck. It's not safety approved to do that. It's very dangerous to start with. And sometimes they were standing on a ladder on top of the fire truck, so that's not an option. So if we're gonna put them up, we need to figure out how we're putting them up.
We rented seemed to work well.
I don't know if any of you have been on Madison Street lately, but the place we normally rent from is no longer open.
Okay.
Sunbelt is.
Oh, Sunbelt's gone?
Really?
Okay.
Really?
Well, there's gotta be some other
That's
place.
where I got my stills, or my still stuff. That's where the county used to do business from.
I mean, we've rented from, I mean, it was A1 forever,
Right.
but we've rented from them since I've been here.
Okay.
Well, if we plan ahead, we can get Bob Schroyer's, but again, we shouldn't have to be reliant on somebody's equipment unless we're compensating them the same way we would be renting something from Sunbelt or whoever, so we need to think about that when we're looking at using somebody.
Yep. Agreed.
I know you can rent from, and what they had was probably would work for what you need. You gave it to me, now I have no words.
Don't blame me for that.
On Madison and 26th Street, 29th Street, that lumberyard, they
Yeah.
rent out also.
Mhm.
And they have like a tree, a man lift for trees.
New hardware store.
That one.
Okay, I'm with you now, but I don't know the name of it.
I don't know what we would need to set up an account there, but I mean, I think that would be well worth our time to rent from them.
Okay.
And I think it's one you have to pull behind your truck. I've never rented that, but that's what it looks like.
Okay.
You know what that place is called? Dale?
This one right down here is getting ready to fall. That snowflake.
You know what, I'm having a brain fart on it too.
I'll tell you, my brain's not working.
It ain't working no more for me.
In front of Teresa's, I think.
Up above? Like above her building or on the other side?
I saw one that was loose as well.
Yeah. It's just one of our snowflakes on the pole. I don't know what you mean by up above her.
The,
It's-
is it like the pole that's like right in front of her building?
I always wanna say true value, but it's not. Hey, you can get gas for your propane tank cheaper there. I'll tell you that much.
Gilman.
Gilman,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I was just Googling because it was driving me crazy.
Okay.
See how informal we are?
It's very informal.
Well, it almost came to mind, and I thought, I kind of spaced right before, but Gilman's was what I was thinking. I'm not saying it, because they may be on another end of town.
No, that was the one.
We will take all the help we
Yeah,
can.
feel free to help us
Chime
out.
in
Yeah.
anytime.
We've lost our mind.
We
Yeah.
lost a long time ago.
Being informal allows for more creativity.
Sure. I like the way you think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll vote for him. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I can. Maybe.
Bluebird days. Mr. Bluebird.
What about,
And what about you were going to talk about Bluebird days? I threw it on the agenda.
where is it on the agenda?
I just wrote it.
Oh, I see. I was like, wait a minute.
Look at mine. No.
No, I think that we need to figure out how, and this hasn't really been discussed, as a Lions Club, but I think we need to figure out how the town can somewhat help with Bluebird Days. And I know we don't have a budgeted item for that, but we need to figure out something. Because it definitely is an event that was the only event that we had that brought people to the community. Now we have Christmas in Selma, and then hopefully these others as well. But we have received new members, correct my grammar there. But we need more young members. But we just need to figure out a way to help. But with that being said, this year and next year. And I said those dates, it's like August 5th, 6th, 7th, I believe it is. Let me look real quick because I don't want to speak out of turn.
Have you guys talked about doing any fundraisers?
Yes. August 5th through the 8th are the dates for this year. And so we have the same time frame next year as well. And that's for Jessup's, who actually was one of the great carnivals that came before. So we got them for the next 2 years on those dates.
We're really gonna have to advertise the crap out of it though, because the last
Yes.
couple years have been
Yes.
bad.
And then the third year, we would have to move it into September, which I'm not opposed to. The dates that they had, and I tried to communicate that to them several times prior to me joining the Lions Club, that you started the week after school starts. You have parents who have spent all this money on school clothing. They're trying to get their kids accustomed to a new schedule. That's why they don't have kids that are coming out on the 5th or on that Wednesday, Thursday. The only good turnout they would have would be Friday and Saturday, so that didn't help their cause with the carnival company coming in. So the dates that we have are great this year and next year, as long as the school doesn't change their calendar, because it's before school starts, it's after Delaware County Fair ends. State Fair begins on that Friday, which is Band Day, which we don't have, well, Lonnie's not participating in Band Day, so it's not going to be any interference with that. I don't think that we're going to have that many 4-H kids that are stuck at the Indiana State Fair, that we're not going to have the traffic out here. Now, once we have to move into that September time frame, I want to try to use Jessup's if we're successful these next 2 years, just because they came back. And I think doing a fall fest would be something to change up too. It might attract some people. We could do some tour events with fall fest. So that's kind of where we are with Bluebird Days. And the guy is actually in Florida right now, and he's supposed to have a contract to me by the 1st of April, and then we'll know how many vendors we can get on our own. Because that was one of the main things is, one, this year we didn't have a carnival. 2, we didn't have any food booths, only 2. That was one of the things that they were told that, hey, you really have to have some food, carnival food, or people aren't going to come out. And then they were shocked that they didn't sell their own food. And I kind of had the discussion about their food too, which that was not a very good discussion. But it has to be good quality food.
I think that all you can eat fish was a
That's one of the best
big-
nights.
Yeah.
And it's hit or miss whether it's a good year or a bad year. And I hate to say that because they've, I mean, the legacy that they've created there at the Lions Club
Absolutely.
is wonderful.
Yes.
And the event, I mean, I used to be a kid and we couldn't wait for Bluebird Days to
Right.
happen.
Right.
But as that generation has gotten older, things change, and that's not a negative. And I told them in the meeting, I said, you guys should be proud of the legacy that you've created, because now these
Absolutely.
people are wanting to make sure that it gets back to where it once was.
Yes.
And that's not a horrible thing towards them. They
No.
just can't do it at 80 and 90 years old.
Yeah.
And most of them are that age.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
But I do want to share this with you, and you can take this with a grain of salt. If it's an election year, you should always do better.
Oh, absolutely.
Always, because people running for election will be more supportive. They'll bring their family, they'll bring their friends, all their supporters. Always. Chili supper.
It's the same way with Christmas. That's
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had
Yeah.
Jeff Stanley out here if it wasn't an
Right.
election.
Well,
and that's
actually-
not a negative towards him.
Right.
Now, we did have several county police officers and Muncie police officers because we honored Blake Reynolds and
Right.
Sandy
Right.
Mahler. And, I want to continue doing some of those things for the first responders. I mean,
I've been really surprised by this year because it's a non-election year. There was no elections this year. But there was a lot of people that filed early and started campaigning early. And so that made a difference, I should say, for 2025, because we are actually in 26 now. But yeah, that always, at the fire department, if it was chili supper, but they had a decent year, even with it not being an election year, so. That
more
bit-
to come on Bluebird Days, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it will change names. We've had some people that have had negativity on Facebook about the name changing, but Bob Schroyer, I think I may have shared this, I don't know. He's one of the oldest members there. He's the one that brought up about changing the name, and he said, no one knows what the hell a Selma Bluebird is. And it was a very big comment because nobody knows what Selma Bluebirds was, you know, and people in Muncie or Delaware County to say, oh, it's Bluebird Days, they have no idea where Bluebird Days is even being held. So we've got to get something with that Selma name in it, whether it's Selma Heritage Bluebird Days or something. It's got to have that Selma name in that, or Wapahani something, and I hate to limit it to just Wapahani. So I like the word Selma in it somewhere, just for just knowing where Selma is, because majority of people in Delaware County know where Selma is, and so we've got to get those people
I
coming.
mean, even just Selma Bluebird Days.
Yeah,
Literally, just add Selma in the
But
front
my
of
thought
Bluebird
was,
Days.
you know, if we could get Selma Homecoming Bluebird Days or something like that, eventually, if that Bluebird falls off of there, then
Right.
it still has that first part on it. But we're gonna partner with Visit Muncie, hopefully, I don't know if it's Visit Muncie or Visit Reviews, what they're actually called
Right
now,
at,
but,
yeah.
to try to get more people from Delaware County out here, because there's not a lot of stuff that's taking place in Delaware County as a whole.
No.
You have Yorktown does some things, Eaton's, I think, resurrecting something.
They're bringing gas stations back.
Yeah, so we've got to get it advertised, get people from the county here, and I think we can do it.
But I love the events in general. I think you just, I mean, it's a niche that we can have that other towns don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work.
And if we
It
had an
is.
amphitheater, you could do other performances
List.
on that stage.
Well, it's funny you say that. Cook and Bell has agreed to come for Bluebird Days, which they did not agree last year to come. They were very pleased with being out from underneath the awning. They don't want to perform underneath the pavilion there at the Lions Club. It is a tin can. There is no sound barriers there. It vibrates back and forth. So they don't want to be under there. So we're trying to see if we can get the city of Muncie, because they have a portable stage. So we're trying to see if we can get the city of Muncie to agree to let us use that. Then we're gonna have another issue or a problem to overcome, because it's gonna have to be covered somehow, the stage somehow temporarily. So, but they wanna be, removed. So that's where we need to make sure that we're finding out about the ball diamond, because we need to make sure we let them know that August 5th to the 8th is going to be Selma, Bluebird Days, Selma Days, whatever it's going to be called, and we're gonna need access to the ball fields. Because
You're gonna have
Jessup's,
too much going on
yeah,
to not use
Jessup's
them.
has agreed to bring at least 12 rides, but may be bringing more. So I
Nice.
told them that we could reach out or branch out into the outfield of the T-ball field to extend the ride area. And so with that being said, I know that when we did the car show years ago, we had the car show on the inside of the outfield where it wasn't
Right.
crippling the sprinkler system, but
Right.
the cars lying on the infield, not infield, the outfield, around the edge of the fence out there. So Dave Spence has taken on the car show, and we're gonna do a theme night. Try to do the theme night every night, but for the car show night, it's gonna be a grease theme. I think that's what we
Nice.
decided on. And the best car show person that comes with the best people dressed like grease or whatever will win something. So there's a lot of thought going into this. We're looking for sack races, so we're gonna need a spot to do that. So more of the old-timey festival stuff we're going for.
Oh, and by the way, my cousin has a dunk tank, and I already told Dale about it, and we're gonna put you in it.
No, really?
Yes.
Okay, we'll
Well,
see.
there is the pie, there
President
is
of
the
the
pie in
town
the
board.
face booth too.
A what?
A pie in the face.
Oh.
You better
Your
sign
name
up for
just
the dunk tank.
Came right up
I'll
there.
do the dunk take if Cindy does the pie in the face.
Oh.
Hey, I'm having help coordinate all this.
Have you seen how hard blue hits people
Yeah,
with a pie in the face?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that would hurt. Blue.
the Colts mascot.
You don't know who Blue is?
I don't watch football.
That's pretty funny though.
I didn't watch the IU game.
You might want to mention the flower fundraiser, spring.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but do you remember what what the
she
dates were?
said that the delivery date would be May 9th.
Oh, yeah.
So I would imagine we'll sell them
That's my
2
birthday.
weeks before that, I think.
And we need to get more people involved in that, and hopefully we can get some more support from the town board too, so.
Yeah.
So we'll get everybody together that was on.
Don't look at me.
You looked at me.
I know.
I
You
know.
didn't sell any,
I
Mr. Town Board
know.
President.
I know.
I think there was only 2 people on the board that sold it
Yeah.
this year, but
Yeah.
anyway.
There was.
With that being said,
I didn't sell any.
I had that marked down.
Alright.
anyway, with that being said,
We might.
we'll try to get a meeting together with all the Christmas and Selma people again, as soon as we have the information. And we're gonna rename the Christmas and Selma something, because it can't be just Christmas and Selma, because it's going to be branching out for all the community things, so.
And we're not gonna put a year on it anymore,
No.
What?
On the logo.
on the
The
logo.
Christmas
Oh,
and some,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but that shirt might be worth money these days. When we're on Hallmark.
Yeah.
Hallmark was to come do their videos,
Yeah.
movies here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is that one lady that does this Christmas movie. Be Selma eating her. Just saying.
Okay.
So that's the agenda I've got. You got anyone else have anything they want to throw out that we haven't discussed? I'm gonna go to Dale. Anything? Bruce?
Well, can I backtrack? Can I backtrack?
Yeah.
So you said that Dave that was one of his agenda items. So how have we worked that in the past? So I have a little bit more knowledge on the police car.
Oh, he does it all. And then he says, what's my budget for the year's payment? And I tell him that, and then he sets it all up. I mean, honestly, he reach out to whatever's carrying police vehicles, cause he usually gets one that's police line, and he'll trade in whatever vehicle's the oldest for money off the vehicle we're getting.
One in, but go ahead.
That's, I'm just the normal. He'll trade one in for money off, and then his payment is I increased it this year, but I can't tell you off the top of my head what it is.
Because I know Jeremy's also looking for some grants to pay for equipment to possibly outfit and all
And
that
I'm gonna
stuff.
tell you guys, he was the best addition to that police department you could have gave. I'm sorry, but he's wrote tickets. I think we're gonna end up with $28 or something like that from tickets he's written, cause you know our whopping $4 we get for every ticket they write.
Well, that is one thing.
Ordinance violations.
Yeah, was she rewriting that?
Yes.
Okay. Did she give us a timeline on that?
No, her timelines are very
Well, we need
flexible.
to
Yes, I'll keep
Reel in
pushing her.
her timeline on
I'll keep
that.
pushing her on these, yeah.
But yeah, he's wrote tickets and he's found grants. He's found a couple of grants since he's been here.
Because I know there's avenues that we can look at. I know you don't like reappropriating funds and stuff like that, but sometimes it's gonna have to be done, but, you know, if
It's
we.
not about
Oh, I
reappropriating.
know, it's state,
It's
so.
the steps you have to take to do an additional
Right.
appropriation.
But we can look at, if the board agrees, we can look at selling that other truck, because there's some funds that can come out of that. There's funds from that property that's down there that once we're able, so.
And that's how
that
I got
cannot
it
Cost us
through.
a lot of money, and
I had to show that we sold capital assets to have the additional funds. That's why it was denied the first go round, and that's how I got it to go through.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Oh, something I do wanna say is I attended the exit interview of the State Board of Accounts. And, I will have to say that they were very complimentary of Jennifer and told us we were very lucky that we had such a great town clerk that was very, watched the budget, did this, did that. I can't think of all the words they used, but, two of the things they, were like, now we understand, but they said she's very conscientious, so I appreciated them saying that.
Thank you.
Yep.
I have words, but.
That's okay.
Stop saying, where do you get the money
talk with these guys on some of this stuff.
Okay.
And did a good job on taking care of the road.
They did an awesome job.
Yes.
And I appreciate what they did. So.
Well, I posted something on Facebook because I had been in Indianapolis, Alexandria, Anderson, Muncie, and there was one other town too, all this week during all the snow. And I come back to Selma and I'm like, thank God for our people because I'll tell you, it's been a mess.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a great job.
They
Yeah,
did.
they did. And today, I saw more traffic today than I had in the last 5 days.
Cause school's back
I
in.
know. It was just like no traffic anywhere, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot I went out of turn, but I did wanna mention that about Jennifer before we ended the session.
Well, we're back to you. What you got?
Have anything else?
Okay.
I have to say things when I think about them.
They don't stay in there.
No, they don't.
Same way.
Do you have anything?
I don't.
Okay.
We'll tell Brent we missed
Anything
him.
else you guys want to bring up, discuss?
I'll just say this, and from a political science aspect, I studied Jefferson, and he looked at this broad expanse of land that was still unsettled, and thought to himself, small towns and townships would be our form of government. I don't think they realized how big the cities would get, and then, he always thought it would be a group like this, getting together, neighbors, and taking care of their people. And I commend you guys for what you did tonight. It's been beautiful.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to watch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We all really do get along.
We do.
Really?
Yeah.
There's some days, but
Yeah, we do, I mean, we really work very well as a board.
Yeah, we've been able to accomplish a lot.
Yeah, you take good care of your community and your people.
Yes.
Thank you.
We
we're
try.
fine.
And thank you for coming in tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it, so,
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thank you for running.
yes.
Okay. Well, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Dell.
Second.
Second. I get, can't we even do, I don't even know. Anyways,